Hello and welcome back to the Renewables Podcast. You will see I am at Solar and Storage. It's just me in this one. Sam is otherwise engaged, and we're having a wander around, hoping to grab some conversations with one or two of the exhibitors and see what kit they've got. I've already spied some interesting new products that I want to take a look at from EcoFlow and Fox, so we'll have a little look at those later on, and the test kit as well from TIS, so we'll see what they've brought to market. And again, we've showed that on our channel recently as well. Let's have a wander around and see if we can grab someone for a quick 5-minute chat here and there. Straight over to the TIS stand, and the boys are here in force. We've got Mark and Steve, and the exciting one is one I've been showing on the channel of late, and that's the PV Checks 1. So this tester is the one that allows you to do your testing through optimizers. So if you've got solar edge style optimizers or Tiger optimizers, as we often use, you can do both, and it allows you to do your insulation resistance tests. And normally you wouldn't have been able to do that. So you can select your modules, make sure you're doing the right test in the range. If I can zoom back out, figure out what I'm doing. So we go down to the optimizers, and you can see in there we can set our V-test limit. So at the minute, our rapid shutdown is switched off, and we've got our voltage limit at 100 volts. So if you're doing your Tigers, fires 100 volt test voltage through them. If you're going on to rapid shutdown, so this would be the world of like your solar edge, you can choose how many optimizers you've got in your string, and then drop this safe voltage limit down. And we know with solar edge, that's 1 volt. So this is a game-changing product. Cannot emphasize that enough. We were asked on a recent project to do some testing on an array for insulation resistance on our strings with optimizers in circuit, and that was a prerequisite of the fire officer. So really interesting. I don't think any other manufacturers have got that in their range at the moment. So yeah, if you're looking for that, speak to Steve and Mark and the guys from TIS. Absolutely banging kit, and I fully recommend that. It's not expensive either. Compared to the older kits, I think they were like $4,000 or so. These are sort of 2.5, I want to say. CEF's a good place to look, but they're in all your wholesalers. Go and check them out. So this show is a lot smaller in size than the NEC. Very much everyone on top of each other, and the exhibitors are saying it's like carnage almost, because there's just no rest between people coming to talk to them. So it's a noticeable difference. I think we need a hall twice as big as feedback, just to spread everyone out a little bit. Yeah, really busy, really busy. Let's have a look who else we can grab hold of. So this is the EcoFlow Ocean 2 in its new iteration, and you can see it has got the 12 kilowatt AC output. It's 3 MPBTs, and you can have up to 60 kilowatt hours of battery capacity. 24 kilowatt of PV input as well, and this does not need a gateway. So this is a game-changing product, and we're going to be installing a lot of these on our main business. So Mark Sparfialison, if you want to see some installation examples of this. And we've just bumped into Corey and his lovely wife as well, who were here in a chat with the EcoFlow team about this product. So yeah, keep your eyes on it. This is very much, for me, one of the new leading products in the residential single-phase market space. It certainly has some strengths above the SIG Energy kit that we've been installing a lot of. And yeah, 15-year warranty as well, which is super cool. And EcoFlow are a well-established, long-respected brand in the solar and renewable space, and this kit is backwards compatible with the existing range of stuff that they've got that's shown you already over there as well. So very much worthwhile checking out. It's really busy on the stand. I was hoping to get a chat with one of the reps, but they are full swing with selling, so I don't think we're going to have that opportunity. But you can see they do the hybrid single phase smaller inverter over there as well, and that is if you don't need the grid style backup, so you can still use these with the gateway if you wish. But if we have a little look at that one, actually, you can see over on here, the connectors are always the interesting part, aren't they? So you can see there's the backup side of things on there and the grid side of things on there, which is a little bit different to the other style inverter over here, which has the bigger plugs up on the top and the MPPTs on there as well. So it's just larger capacity between the two. It's really, really interesting. And each one of these battery modules, I think, is 5 kilowatt hours. I see they're only 46 kilograms, which for those of you who are installing a lot of these will appreciate makes a huge difference. So you can see on there as well the spec of the stuff is really, really good. So 46 kilos is a lot less than 76. And yeah, this is one to keep your eye on, 100%, and that's just launched at Solar and Storage here today. So this is the Fox stand, and this is the really interesting one again that draws back to what we just looked at in EcoFlow, and we're going to be installing a lot of these as well. So this is the new Fox stackable system. And you can see again, it's a different style to SIG Energy, but it does allow for whole home backup without the gateway. So you can see on the side here, you've got your backup and grid port. We've got our 4 PVM PPTs, and we've also got links for batteries and meters as well, which is super cool, I think. And it looks like a really easy system to install, which is obviously the massive selling point for us as installers. We don't want to be lifting heavy battery modules about, and it's nice, simple, straightforward. Stack it together, plug it all in. You can see here the specs on the side, so I think we're going to be installing a lot of these as well. Let's get my glasses so I can see what we've got. We've got 600 volt MPPTs, we have got 230 volts, look at the AC inputs, we've got 63 amps AC output, we've got 12 kilowatt. The EPS output again is up to 12 kilowatts, so you can make full use of that. And I assume there's some clever tech in there which allows it to isolate itself from the grid in some way with the in and out cabling, I suppose. That is still to be explored to understand how that works, but we need to make sure we're covering off safety in terms of the DNO side of things. The three-phase side is very, very similar, but obviously they've got their separate hybrid inverter available to you as well, because often those battery stacks are living in spaces away from the battery storage locations to the PV, so you need that independence still with the kit, but if you want, they can still be stacked up in the same system. And they've got the huge C&I stuff over there as well, which is for sort of grid scale or some of these commercial projects now that you see for energy support and trading using batteries.
Down at Solar Storage Live in London at the moment. Nice to catch up with Mark as well. So whilst we're here, we thought it'd be a good time to go over a few of the tools we got on the stand. Yet again, all about torque. We're not going to be talking about Dugger in.
Oh, you said it.
I'll say it first, right? Get it out of the way. I've heard it about 70 times today already. So we did discuss it on the podcast, but we didn't really see it in action live. We've got a couple of options and a couple of demos available at the moment. So at the moment we've got 2 QXBDs. One of them is the slightly larger tool, going up to 80 newton meters. We've also got the pistol. This pistol is an 18 newton meter pistol. What is great, the fact that Mark's down here today, is obviously I've actually got the live app as well.
Yeah.
So I've actually got the live app, which, just bear in mind, we're hopefully you can see that.
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah. So in the live app, it gives us full programmability in the tool. Don't show me this again. Nobody saw that. It's fine. So it gives us full programmability in the tool. So we've got target torque, we've got high torque limit, we've got low torque limit. You can set them parameters how you like, and then obviously we can adjust the speeds if needs be. Another thing you can do in this app as well is your more presets. So as it stands, obviously all framework and all sort of rooftops have different torque thresholds.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know for a fact the one I've got there is a 7 newton meter.
Yeah.
So obviously I've got a 7 newton meter preset, I've got a 5 newton meter. You can have up to 32 different presets on it. You can also put a torque and angle system on it. But what the best thing about this is these tools will store your data. So that was a previous cycle result we have done. But I'll tell you what, whilst we got Mark here, I think what a better way of doing it is if I connect to the tool, it's just gone to sleep. If I connect to the tool quickly, Mark, if you show him the joint fella, and we can have a quick look at this. So we've just got a little test block set up here. This is all programmed, and if I get that there for you, you should be able to see it. Perfect, and then we just go in there. So on the top of the tool, you get the green light. Apologies, this tool has been everywhere. So many different rooftops and solar farms. And then you'll get a full feedback. That is then stored in the brains of the tool. So for any audit systems, for anything like that, you've got the traceability available. Same method in theory applies in all the QX tools. So if I quickly disconnect that one, stick a battery on this one, go connect. Perfect. Oh, just close the app down. So this now is all set up as well. So same principle, but that's overachieved torque.
Yep.
So just for demo purposes, obviously this block itself, our torque rating on this, because obviously it's on a tool trolley, we would advise 8 Newton meters. But then alternatively, if I torque it a bit too much, to 10 Newton meters, you'll have torque fail. All that is then saved into the tool. So warranty claims, when your warranty company comes back to you and says, "Have you got the torque data?" The answer to that is yes. You haven't got it.
Duggers don't quite answer it.
Free Duggers doesn't work that way, no. But yeah, like I say, they're fully traceable, fully auditable. We've then got a couple of other bits on the stand as well, available. But like, for example, you guys might not have seen this on a framework. And anybody who's in the let me get a different bit. Anybody who's in the comments saying it's not straight, I know.
It's all right. They're watching my stuff. None of the panels go on straight.
Yeah, I wasn't putting a spirit level in the van, put it that way. Yeah. Now I swap the bit over. Wrong bit. So I'll just back that off, okay? Torque applied. Easy as that.
Evidence and recorded.
Evidence and all recorded. It's great when you have the right bit, but obviously, true that. That is true.
That's me.
But yeah, that's kind of where we find ourselves at in the market at the moment. Torque is a very highlighted issue. It'll be good to get up to the training school yourself and have a bit of a educational lesson. They do different versions, so that's a 27 Newton meter tool on a 20 volt platform. The big boys on a 40 volt platform.
Looking to get themselves one of these, where's the best place to
Contact myself.
contact you?
Contact myself. If anybody wants us to get on site, do a demo, we're more than happy to do that. I've been on site with yourself. We've done a bit of stuff with eFix as well. Just getting there, do an educational piece, because it's something that's massively overlooked. Torque ratings, torque data. Where there's a blame, there's a claim. So if you can eradicate the fact that you've got no data recording, it saves you fortunes in the long run. So yeah.
Well said, mate. Thanks for spending the time to run us through.
No, it's absolutely fine.
Really appreciate
Do you want a free ad?
I'll take it. Sure. Interesting from GSE. They've had a lot of products retested through MCS of late, and the trays are mounting to allow you to fit in-roof systems. And you see they're actually running training sessions here at the event, which is really cool, I think. Allowing installers to get hands-on and see how this stuff actually gets fitted into the roof. It's very, very good. Full credit to them for that. And there is now been some testing that's done, which allows us to have confidence with installing that. I'm going to be showing bits and pieces of this at our training centre in the coming weeks and months ahead, I'm sure, from GSE, show all that pieces together. But yeah, so you've got your in-roof from Viridian. There is Solfit as well, who I need to go and find a HDM stand and speak to. And we've also got the GSE Viridian as well.
Great.
So we're here with Ewan from Solfit. This is a new style of system for me anyway. I've not seen this before. So explain what this is, Ewan?
No problem. Great stuff. So this is a Solfit system. It's a double glass laminate framed in the factory. So unlike other products in the market, you can't pick and choose your panel type. It comes pre-framed. Okay. USPs of this is the double glass module. There's no exposed seats in the back. It's glass, silicon, and glass. So its durability and fire retardance is the key element. Also, installation is really straightforward to install. Minimal component parts, minimal measurements. So the all framed metal. I'll just take it off here. So there's no plastic sheet here. The panel is the roof covering. So unlike other products in the market, we have a plastic mounted mounting plate with the panel on top. not us. Okay, and you've got no choice in the panel. It's a 435 watt peak panel. It's manufactured by a company called Jettian, who are a tier 1 Bloomberg listed PV manufacturer. Okay, so you don't have a choice to change your panel type. One of the USPs, the major USP is you start at the top of the roof and you work your way down. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it to bits and show you how it all goes back together again. Thank you. Hey, Steve, take that corner off, fella.
Yeah.
So what we have here is the top mounting profile. Top mounting profile fits on additional battens, which are fitted onto the system. Additional batten at the top and at the bottom. I'll take this off here and here. Okay. This is fitted onto the new additional battens. The top profile is manufactured in Wolverhampton, so very local. The flashing is manufactured in Manchester, so again, very local. The panel is fitted into the top profile. Flashing interconnects into the top lip and secured to the top with a stainless steel screw. Additional panels interconnect with the left to the right. So basically 2 different profiles. From the waterproof seal, can come on and off as many times as you want. Okay. On the bottom, you've got choice of 2 flashings at the bottom. You've got flexible bottom flashing. This could be LED or LED substitute. This is LED 0, which we think is one of the best LED substitutes or competes with DEX.
Yeah.
This comes in the kit. Or you have a metal bottom flashing, which is rigid. Only difference here is you have your bottom flashing hooks, which secure it. So
There you go.
these basically push it to the bottom here. Basically,
Cool.
holds it down. The bottom cap and strip, which goes with the flexible bottom flashing, we have a screw that goes in here. This comes out, bottom cap and strip in, end caps, job done.
That looks really good.
So it's all about simplicity, minimum component parts, and ease. So it's going to be.
You want to give us some bit for this?
Flight outside, flight flashing.
Easy as that.
Easy as that.
That is really good.
Bam, bam, bosh. And this system can come off and on all day long.
That's really good. And we're hoping to be able to showcase that at the one-to-one training as well, perhaps with myself, Sam, Dan and Ollie. So keep your eyes peeled on that one. But thank you very much, Ewan, for letting us through that one.
My pleasure. No problem.
So we couldn't come to the show and not look at the Anker Solix kit. And these are one of the best looking products on the market, has to be said. And you can see here 2 of them stacked together. So now I believe they have a gateway that's out on the market. And that's pretty new. So you can now do your backup with a gateway. And they have also got the EV charge point as well. So they're widening their range, which is super cool. And I was hoping to have a chat with Aaron, who's an absolute ledge, but I haven't seen him on the stand anywhere. You can see the new Anker Solix box over there with the 3 MPPTs. So that's 10,000 watts DC power, 5,000 watts AC bidirectional, 7,000 watt hour capacity and also 10,000 life cycles. So that's pretty cool and wide ranging spec in the kit range there from Anker Solix. But you know, the primary selling feature for me is just how amazing these look. They are really, really nice. Premium finish. It's fantastic. And speaking, you shall see it, or whatever that phrase is, you can see there is the gateway here. So you've got your chint breakers in there for the grid, bypass, backup, 2 inverter ports and a smart port. So consistent with SIG Energy. There's also the bottom dressing inlet there as well, which is really cool. So you can have third-party solar systems in there through the smart port. So now Anker Solix have got that in their range as well. And that kind of finishes off, I would say, the offering at a single-phase level. That's what consumers are now expecting. So it's kind of inevitable that Anker Solix had to do that, and it's a metal gateway as well. So there's no plastic components in there like the Tesla. Gateway is aluminium, I believe, and it can be used outdoors. It's just the same sort of considerations around access and maintenance as always. So a really interesting one from Longi, and again we install a lot of these in the day job now, so the X10. But there is the EcoLife, which is a really interesting panel. We can get to the front and have a look at it and see how it's like a matte black. I don't know how that's coming across on camera, but it hasn't got the traditional shine to it. It is very much matte black. You can still see the cell lines in it. Be interested to see how that looks on roof. But you can see there it is 21.6 kilograms, so it's a little bit lighter. But Longi have adopted this new frame size, 1800 by 1134, and that's the same for the X10s that we're fitting a lot of as well. So I was hoping we might see Sarah here, but I've not spotted her on the stand, so we won't grab a conversation. But these are super sleek looking panels, so maybe check those ones out next time you're provisioning or considering a solar PV system. So we've come onto the Fox stand, and you can see they have got a pretty cool battery system. So this is the stackable version, but it doesn't need a gateway. So you'll see on here it's got the 4 MPPT inputs, but also these battery stackable modules you can put up to 6 high. And this is kind of a competitor, if you like, for the SIG Energy kit. However, I actually think it looks nicer. Certainly seems a lot easier to install. And this one doesn't need a gateway. You can still choose to use one if you want. So I'll scoot around the other side and show you the inputs in a minute. But that does allow you to take power in to the side. Oh, they've actually covered it up. But there is like a grid and backup port back there. So you can bring your cable in. Doesn't need a gateway, and it'll switch out over to island mode, which is super cool. So that's one of the things we're excited about. We're going to be installing a few of those in our business, in the day job. And yeah, the Fox stackable stuff extends to the 3-phase as well. So you can see here it's similar footprint, similar principle, battery stack up. You can have your separate hybrid inverter as well. And that kind of allows you to put that remote from where the batteries are living, which is useful in a commercial environment where you maybe wouldn't want to be doing that. And you can link in your battery tech to the hybrid inverter, where you might have these in a battery box or outside, further away from where the PVs enter in the building. So you can see most brands do that, to be fair. It just allows for a more flexible installation result. And Fox have some massive products as well. So you can see over there they've got the big C&I stuff. And Chris just in the background there is busy chatting to a potential customer, I'm sure. But yeah, I hope we grab a chat with Chris if we can later on in the podcast. It'll be good to hear the products that Fox have got coming to market.